Is it? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. All right, hey everybody, welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and thank you for joining us here on the live Q&A. Now, today, originally, we were going to be doing a product review on some Zenfolio USA aluminum prints, and then also a product called Photo Float, which is a really, really cool product. Unfortunately, Kayla came down with a little bit of a cold and her voice is not up to par, so we're going to push that back a couple of weeks, give her a chance to get her voice back up to speed, and then we're going to do that product review later on in the month. She is here hanging out with us in the chat, so make sure you say hi to Kayla. If this is your first time watching the live stream, definitely say hello and let us know where you're from. Those of you guys who are regular watchers, always glad to have you here hanging out with us. I already see Greg in the chat there saying hello. So hey, Greg, good day to you. Let's see. And then today we're going to be talking. So today we're going to be talking about how many different prints and products should I offer to my clients? The other thing we're going to be talking about too is we're going to be talking about holiday kickoff and the Black Friday sale that's coming up, and then something super cool that happened this I think it was either last week? Maybe it was last week. We are now officially in iTunes, so you guys can actually subscribe to the Zenfolio Video podcast in iTunes, and anytime there's new video tutorials, it'll actually download right to your phone and you can watch those new tutorials. Also, the live stream will actually be downloaded to your phone as well. It's not going to be live, but it'll be the recording of it. So those of you guys who like to watch the recorded versions of the live stream, or maybe like to go back and review it, definitely subscribe to us at iTunes. That way you instantly get the recorded version of that delivered right to your phone, through iTunes, to your iPad, or whatever you watch your podcast on. Okay, so let's see. I think that's all. A big shout out to my youngest daughter. Her birthday's today. She turns 11, so happy birthday, Olivia. I love you and hope you have a great birthday. But now we're going to be talking about how many prints and products should I offer to my clients. So I want to talk about this in two different parts. I want to talk about first, not overwhelming your clients with a bunch of product choices. I know sometimes myself, I've fallen victim of just wanting to add a bunch of products in my price list and give my clients all these crazy options. And what I've found, and definitely some of the feedback that I've got from some of my clients, was that at times that can be really overwhelming. And sometimes they get frustrated, they can't decide what they want to order, and they actually just end up quitting and giving up before actually placing an order. So that's something that we definitely want to avoid. Now, the other part of this subject that I want to touch on is giving your client a reason to come back to their gallery and make other orders. Just like in cards, you don't want to show your entire hand all at once. So if you limit what you put on your initial price list, and then later on you go back and you add some more products, that gives you a reason for your client to come back. You know, you can run a special, you can email them and say, you know, these are now available. They weren't before, and it gives your client a reason to come back and place additional orders. So let's go ahead and jump in that and start talking about that. All right, so let me get here to my dashboard. And so first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the price list that I have applied to this client gallery, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you have a bunch of products on there, and you're going to see how it can be overwhelming as a client. And this is something, guys, if you are selling your photos on Zenfolio, or if you're selling your photos anywhere, if you're running any kind of business, you need to test how things work on the client side. I can't tell you how important it is to do that, to test out your website from the client's perspective, to test out different flows from the client's perspective. That way you know what to expect, and when they call or email, if they get lost or confused, or if they just need some help, you know how to answer that for them, and you can help them with it. But let me show you the gallery we're going to be working on. So we're going to be working in the Smith gallery. And let me get this here. Once this loads up, we're going to go down here to the Smith gallery. I'm just going to click on it. I'm going to show you the price list that it has on it, show you how many products are in it, and then I'm going to show you what this looks like to the client. So you can see right here, I've got this large price list assigned to it. So if I click on this here, let me just go in here and click Edit Price List, and you guys can see what this price list actually looks like. So if I click Edit Price List, that's going to open up this price list on the back end and let you actually see what's inside of it. the base cost of things, how much my markup is, and all of that stuff. And it'll give you an idea of the amount of products that are in this. And then we're going to let you see what it looks like on the client end of things, and you can definitely tell why this is going to be a little overwhelming. So right off the bat, it doesn't look that bad. That's because everything is collapsed down in these smaller categories. So if I expand these, you're going to see that there's a lot of different print options in here. Lots of different print options. That was just in small prints. If I go to medium prints, you're going to see there's even more options in here as well. So this price list has a lot of different options. Again, this is going to be very overwhelming to your clients. So let me just hop back to that gallery and show you what this looks like to a client from their perspective. So if we go to the gallery, we're just going to come down here to sharing and client access. I'm going to copy that gallery URL. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open that up in a new incognito window so we can actually test this out as if we were a client. So let me get that window pulled over here. So you can see I've gone incognito, paste that in, and then we got visitor sign-in turned on, so we're going to register there really quick. That's going to let us in. And then you guys can get an idea of what this is like for the client. So right off the bat here, if I click on this, it's going to take me to the quick shop section. And you can see over here on the right hand side, there's products here, and you can't even see them all. I can keep scrolling down here, and there's just tons and tons and tons of products. So that's going to be really overwhelming to my client. I don't want that to happen. If I click the visit shop option, you're going to see there too, once you actually go in and explore the product categories, that's going to be overwhelming as well. So right now this is nice and condensed, but if I go to prints, if I click on this, you're going to see right here all these different product categories, and then if I click here, there are lots of different options in each category. So that is what we want to avoid. I don't want my client to spend a bunch of time trying to figure out everything that I offer, trying to figure out what might be the best and things like that. I want to kind of limit those choices and kind of guide them to choose the products that I feel like is going to represent my images and their photos best to them. So we can start out by limiting our price list by aspect ratio. What is the aspect ratio of the images that you're uploading? I try to keep everything native to my camera's aspect ratio. That way I don't have to do any cropping in post. And so my aspect ratio is a 3:2 aspect ratio, and I build my price list off of that aspect ratio. That's a really easy way to limit down the sizes of prints in your price list, the products and different things like that. So I've actually already done this. So let me go to selling, and I'll show you the price list where I've actually already condensed it down. So right here was that large price list. You can see it's got 44 products. Here's my 3:2 price list, and it only has 9 products. That's a huge difference between 44 products and 9 products. Now I know you might be saying, well, what if you're leaving something out that the client might want? You know, there's no reason why the client can't contact us and ask if we offer additional products. But my goal is to make the ordering process for my clients as easy as possible from the start, and then also create a reason for them to come back to their gallery maybe in a month or 2 down the road and possibly make some additional purchases. So that's my goal when I'm creating a price list. Again, making the process simple for my clients, but then also creating a reason for clients to come back to their galleries. So you can see in this price list right here, I've got a 4x6, a 6x9, an 8x12, a 10x15, a 16x24, a 20x30, and then there are 3 modern metal prints here, an 8x12, a 16x24, and a 20x30. Huge difference from the previous price list. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and go ahead and just assign that price list to the gallery. Now guys, while you're watching this, if you have questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it this way, or if you just have any Zenfolio questions at all, you don't have to wait till I stop talking. That might never happen. So please feel free just to get those questions in the chat. That way I can make sure to get those answered for you live today. So it doesn't have to be on the topic we're talking about. Whatever you have questions about your Zenfolio account, definitely get those in the chat. Go ahead and start doing that now. That way I can make sure that I get them answered for you. Okay, so what we're doing is we are just going to apply that smaller price list to the gallery. So I'm clicking on the Smith gallery. I'm going over to pricing, and this time I'm going to switch it to that 3:2 price list. Now I put 3:2 on there again because that's my camera's aspect ratio. That lets me know what galleries or what images I should use that price list for. Obviously all of mine are going to be in the same aspect ratio, so I know that's the price list that uses that aspect ratio. Alright, so now that we've made that change, let me show you what this looks like now from from the client's perspective. So what I'm going to do is click back on that sharing client access, which I've already got it copied, but I'm just going to copy it again. And for the sake of time, let's go ahead and turn off visitor sign in just so I don't have to keep doing that. But I definitely think it's a good thing to have on. So I'm going to go back to new incognito window, pull this thing over here so you guys can see it. And we're going to go check this out now from a client's perspective. And you should see the, oops, I didn't copy the full code. There we go. Now you guys should see a big difference in this price list, and you should be able to see how much more simple it is for the client. So if I click on a photo now there is 9 options over here. It doesn't scroll up. There's not a forever endless scrolling thing. Probably for me, even especially on this price list, probably for me, what I would probably do honestly is I would probably disable that visit shop and just use the quick shop section. Since I've only got 9 products, it's super simple. It's not overwhelming. My client's not going to spend time here scrolling down and trying to see all the products that I offer. So I would probably actually disable that. And let me show you how you can do that really quick. If you want to disable the shop home, all you have to do is customize the shopping options in that gallery, and you can set it as default too, so you don't have to do this on a gallery by gallery basis. You can actually do this one time and set it as default. But what I'm going to do is in customize view for this gallery, I'm going to go up to options, uncheck use default, and I'm going to go to shopping setup, and then I just want to use the quick shop only and not have that visit shop option show up. Then I'm going to click the apply button. And then what I'm going to do after that is we are just going to publish it. But you can also save it as default if you want that to be your default setting. I like things simple, so again, I'm going to go ahead and save that as default. That way I don't have to make those changes on my other galleries. And then I'm going to click publish. I just want to say a big shout out. I see Sharks in the Sharks 408 in the chat. It's been a while since I've seen you, man. It's good to have you back here with us on Zenfolio Live. So thanks for coming back and hanging out with us. But okay, so now what I did was I disabled that visit shop. So let me pull this incognito window back over here. So now we're back viewing things in the client's perspective. I'm going to refresh that window really quick. And so now what you're going to see is when I go here, that visit shop at the top is going to be gone. And it's all going to be just the quick shop list right here. So that visit shop's gone. There's not even any scrolling that's required anymore. So all I have to do is just, as a client, is just come over here and select the products that I want. Very, very nice and simple in my opinion, which is the way that I want it to be. So that's kind of my spiel on keeping the price list simple for your clients. Now let's talk about giving your clients a reason to come back to their gallery. So the first thing we want to do is I would recommend actually having this stuff set up before you start sending out gallery invites. And the reason I would recommend that is because this is going to make it easier for you to just create this as part of your process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to selling. And then once we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to price list. here's that 3:2 aspect ratio price list. What I want to do is I just want to duplicate it. I don't want to add products to it and then have to go back and change it and things like that. I want to duplicate this, and then I'm going to add products to the copy of that. So what I'm going to do is, let's say that I'm going to send out a gallery invite. My clients are going to come access the gallery, and then what I'm going to do is maybe a month down the road, I want to give my clients a reason to come back to that gallery. So a month after they've had their gallery online, they've hopefully already made some orders, I'm going to send them another email that says, hey, guess what? Now that's available in your gallery are some metal prints. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this price list. And then once that's been duplicated, I'm going to add those metal prints to that price list. I clicked the dashboard. I get too impatient sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so there's that copy right there, the price list. You can see the 3:2 copy, 9 products right here. You can also see that it's assigned to 0 photos. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go in here and actually edit this price list. Again, the whole purpose behind this is that we want to give we want to give clients a reason to come back to their gallery. So here's the price list the way it was. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come right here to this add products, and I'm going to add some metal prints. So let's add oh, actually we already have metal prints on this one. Okay, so instead let's say that we're going to add let's do some canvas prints. So we're going to add some canvas prints in here really quick. So let's do 16 by 24. And then let's do a 24 by 30, and we'll add that in there. And then what I'm going to do is just price it like I did the metal right here. So I'm going to have this priced as, what did I have it at, $2.50 over base price and round it up to the nearest dollar. So I'm going to leave it like that. Now the one thing that I am going to do is I am going to change this name, because 3:2 price list copy doesn't really tell me anything. So I want to say 3:2 price list canvas promo. Alright, so now I've got that created. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just add those canvases to the very top of my quick shop list. So here are those canvases. We're going to move them up, move this up right here, and we're going to save this price list. So now we've got those 2 different price lists. We've got the price list, the 3:2 aspect ratio price list. Then we've got the price list with the canvas. And what we're going to do is we are going to promote this out to our clients. So let me show you how I would do this. What I'm going to do is go to Photos. And then I'm going to go right here to the Smith Gallery. And I would do this all in one setting. So I would come here and I would say, okay, I just uploaded this. Let me send them their first gallery invite, and I would send this gallery invite out basically just to get them to the gallery to make their first initial purchases. Now the second thing I'm going to do after I send their gallery invite out is I'm actually going to create another gallery invite for myself to remind me to switch the price list over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy. Up at the very top of the browser, you can actually copy the back end link to this gallery. Then I'm going to go to invite, and this time I would put my own email address in here. So this is a test at Gmail. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, change this up a little bit. I'm going to say switch the price list. If I could spell it, that would help. Switch the price list on this gallery. And I'm going to schedule this to send a day before I actually want to run that promotion. So let's say I'm going to run that promotion starting Monday the 20th. I would probably send it out to myself on Friday just to give me plenty of time to get that switched over. And then I'm just going to delete this text, and I'm going to say, hey, switch this gallery, and I'm going to paste in the link. Wow, I pasted it a whole bunch. That was my bad. Let me get it backed up here. paste in the gallery link, and then I'm going to say to the Canvas promo price list and schedule that to send. So that's going to be scheduled to send. It's going to remind me before the promo happens to make sure that I switch that price list on that gallery. And then what I would do is I would send another gallery invite to the client, schedule it to be sent out on Monday, and then just say something in that gallery invite like, hey, now available in your gallery, canvas prints only for a limited amount of time, or something like that, because the whole purpose we're doing this is to give them a reason to come back to the gallery and hopefully make some additional purchases. Alright guys, so that is it. Hopefully you guys found that interesting and maybe gives you some ideas for some good ways that you can market to your clients and things like that. Let me jump over and chat and catch up to what's going on with you guys in chat, so give me just a second here. So let's see here. We got Greg that says, good day. Shark says, can I designate a class or team group photo in a product? Sharks, absolutely yes you can. I will show you how to do that here in just a second. I'm guessing that you're probably asking, like, if you're a sports photographer or a school photographer, a lot of times you're going to have those individual photos and then you're going to have the group photos. Is there a way to force a product to be an individual or team photo on the price list? There's a way to do that using packages, and I'll show you how to do that. It is an advanced account feature, but you can definitely do it there. Let's see. Home Phone says, is that the real Shark 408? Wowzers, haven't seen it. Yep, absolutely. And Home Phone, always glad to have you here hanging out with us. John says, is there a way to have a link on the quick shop page that is titled home, so if people land on this page from the net, they see a home page link? I'm not sure, John. Let me take a look at that and see. I think you possibly can. Let me go ahead and get Shark's question, and I'll move down the list on these questions. All right, Shark. So, like I said, I'm assuming that you're doing like school or sports or something like that, and you're wanting to force a specific product to be a team photo. There's a way to do that. It's going to take setting up a package and then doing some keywording, and let me show you how to get that done. So let me just hop back here. What we're going to do is we are going to go here to photos, and I think I've got one that will work for this. So I think in this account right here, I have got this where there is some individual photos right here. And then there's this group photo right here. So I've got the individual photos, and then there's this group photo. And let's say I want, for some reason, I want to make sure that whenever anybody orders this specific package, this particular product is only allowed to be the group photo. You can do this. What you need to do is first come up with a keyword that you're going to use in that group photo. It doesn't have to be anything complex. It just needs to be unique to this actual gallery. So what I'm going to do is click on the photo, go to photo details, then down here in the keywords, I'm just going to do something really easy and write group. Now what I'm going to do is hit save, and that's going to save that right there. Let's see, let me get it to save. There we go. Okay, let's save that. So now if I click back here, you can see photo details, keyword is group. So that's what we're after. All right, so the next part of this is going to be setting up a package that has that product to force it to force that photo particularly to be applied to that product. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go up to selling. And right here we're going to go to selling, and let me just build this package out really quick. So let's go to packages, and it doesn't have to be a package. Like if you want to just force a specific print size, you don't have to make this a package. You could make this a single print. Let's say you want to force a single print, an 8x10 single print of a group photo. What you could do is say add new package here, and then I'm just going to say group photo, and then what we're going to do is we're simply going to add an 8x10 print to this package. We're going to keyword it with the word group to where it automatically applies any photo or the only photo in that gallery that's been keyworded group, and it will automatically apply it to this specific product. So one photo for all products in here. We're going to click add products, and I'm just going to say an 8x10, add selected products. And then right here is the option. So pre-select the photo for this product using keyword. So I'm going to check that option. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to write group right here. And we're just going to set the selling price here. So $10, save. So now that package has been saved. I'm going to go hit next. It's going to save it. I'm going to hit done. Now let's go add this to a price list. We'll assign the price list to that gallery, and then I'll show you how that works. So I'm going to click on price list, add blank price list right here. We're going to say sharks. And then I'll go ahead and add a normal 8x10 print, and then I'll add that one that I just created, and I'll show you how the two work differently. So we're going to go add products, prints, and then right here we're going to add 8x10, add selected products, and then I'm just going to offer this just one in e-surface paper. Now I'm going to do one more thing. I've got a normal 8x10. Now I'm going to click add products again, and this time instead of it being from InPix, I'm going to click up here to the top in this top section right here. And I'm going to go down here because I want to choose packages, and I want to choose that group photo product that I created and hit add selected products. So there's that there. So now let me go ahead and just throw these up on the quick shop. So I'm going to throw both of these there, and I will show you how they work. So we're going to go save and assign, and then we will assign that to that gallery. So it was right here, this event gallery. Going to hit save, and then we'll go take a look. So we're going to go to photos, let me get myself out of the way here. We're going to go down here to that event, copy that URL. First, let me turn off visitor sign-in so we don't have to mess with that. We're going to copy that URL. So if you copy it, you want to go to sharing and client access, copy the URL. And then I'm going to open this up in a new incognito window. So file, new incognito window. Let me drag it over there to you guys so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to paste it in. And so now you're looking at the gallery here. And if I click on any of these photos right here, it's going to pull that quick shop option up. And there should just be two different products on here. There should be the 8x10 and then the group photo. So if I click the 8x10 photo right here, what you're actually able to do is now it's added it to the cart right here. So if I go view the cart really quick, you can see it's added it to the cart with the photo that I had selected. Now if we go back to the gallery, and if I choose that other photo, it's going to add it, or that other 8x10 that says group photo, it's going to add it to the cart. But if I go view cart, you can see right here, even though I had that individual photo chosen, it automatically applied that group photo because of the keyword setting that I set up. So that's the way that if you want to force a team, or if you want to just force a specific photo to be applied to a certain print size, package, whatever, that's a way that you can do that there. All right, let me do that there. I think some of my Oklahoma just came out. All right, let me get back to my dashboard there really quick and take a question here from the chat. So let's see here. So John says, is there a way to have a link on the quick shop page that is titled home, so if people land on this page from the net, they see a home page link? This would probably be a feature request, John. So if I could get Kayla to throw that feature request link out. Currently there's not a way to do that. I know there is a option to have back to the gallery shown there, but at the moment there's not a way to get that homepage link up there on the quick shop page. So that's going to be a feature request, but you can use that back to the gallery option, and you can make sure that that's set to show. So let me show you how to make sure that that's set to show. So we're going to go to photos, and then once we're in there, let's just pick a gallery to open in quick shop. So preview, customize right here like this. That's going to load us up into customized view for just this particular gallery, and then we can go through and we can customize the options and things like that, and then if we want, we can save it as default. So we want to customize the quick shop page, so we're going to go gallery quick shop. That's going to load up the quick shop page here. And then what we want to do is go to options, uncheck use default, and then we just want to go to quick shop, and here are the different options that you have. So here's that back button right here. That's going to show up there in the top. It's going to let you go back to the gallery like that. The other thing that you could do too is if you are showing the caption, John, you could put the URL of your homepage in the caption and set that caption to show, and that might be a nice way to do it to get people back. So let me show you that option really quick as well. So first what we want to do is, let me just show you here that if we go to options and we go to the quick shop options, I've got that caption set to show. So that's the important part right here. So now if we go back to the dashboard really quick, we can add in that whatever URL that we want to be the actual homepage. We can add it as an image caption, and then we can set it to show. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. What I'm going to do is select all the photos. Let me get myself out of the way so you can see it. I'm going to select all the photos in the gallery right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to photo details. And then in the caption, I'm going to actually put a link right here. I'm going to say home. And then I'm going to highlight that text. And then what I'm going to do to actually get the link that I want people to go to is just hover over my Zenfolio, open my website in a new tab, and then just go up to the very top and copy that link. So I've got that link copied. So what I've done is in the caption of the images, not the gallery, but the image caption, I've typed the word home. We're going to highlight that, click the link button right here, and then paste in that URL. And then what we can do is you can have it open in a new tab if you want. Since they're going to be staying in your Zenfolio account, website, whatever, I would just have it stay the same thing. So now we've got that there, and we can go and click save. And then what I'm going to do is just show you how this would work. So what I'm going to do is hover over this right here, just click that preview button really quick, and you can take a look and see how this would work. So if I click right here, where is that caption? Should be, oh, you can't see it. I'm in the way. Hold on. Caption's right over here. And if you click on that, it's going to take me to the home page. So let me just go back, show you that one more time. People would click on this. The caption's right there. You couldn't see it before. You could obviously make the text a little bit more obvious, like click here to go to my home page, something like that. And then once I click on it, that takes me right back to the home page. Or it could be whatever URL you wanted it to be. It doesn't actually have to be the home page. Unfortunately, that's the route you would probably want to take for now until you know, and make sure you go ahead and submit that feature request to the forum as well, because I think that would be a good option to have. Okay, let's see. Ted James is back in the house. Hey, Ted, glad you're here hanging out with us. Mark Haggis says, hopefully I said that name right. Mark Haggis said, can you talk about uploading and using different watermarks? So let me see really quick here. If you want to use different watermarks and things like that, you definitely have the option to. And one of the things that I've heard a lot from photographers is what they like to do is they like to use their URL in their watermark. But if you want to upload and create your own watermarks, you definitely can. What you're going to do is go to, and I'm sorry, you have to have at least the pro or higher level account to do this. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to photos, and then there's actually a watermark section right here. there's actually a watermark section up here. Let me click on that. Where did it go? Right here, watermarks. And then what we're going to do is here you can just upload, add new watermarks if you want. As you can see, I've already got one added here, but if you want to upload a new one, what you can do is actually click new right here and then choose a file and upload it here. And that's going to let you upload your watermark. So it's also going to tell you the size recommendations for those watermarks. So it's 800 by 600 is the size recommendation. Also a transparent PNG. But that's where you can upload it right there. Now, I do want to point out, if you're going to try to upload a watermark today, there is a little bit of an issue with it. You're probably going to get an error that says unknown error if you try to upload that watermark. That's something our engineers are aware of and should definitely be fixed very soon. So just keep that in mind. If it doesn't work for you today, definitely try it out tomorrow. But you could definitely do that here. So I've already got this one uploaded, so once you've got it uploaded here, the next thing that I recommend doing is clicking on this and going to properties, and you can test these out on different images if you want. So you can see how it looks. You can play with the opacity a little bit. You can move it around. You can check it out on these other photos. Make sure that you're happy with the way it looks on all of these different photos. And then after you have it set the way you want, you can click Save. Now, from this point, it's just a watermark. It's just there in the account. You can set it as default, and what that will do is make this watermark your default watermark. So if I click that set as default right there, it's going to be your default watermark, which means any new galleries or any new photos that you upload after this point will automatically have that watermark applied to it. It doesn't go back and apply it to the galleries that you've already uploaded, so you have to do that as a manual process. So for instance, if I had previously uploaded this gallery and I wanted to apply that specific watermark, what I would do is click on the gallery right here on the left, and then over on the right hand side over here, what I'm going to do is just come down to the very bottom and click watermarks, and then you can choose that watermark you want to have applied and hit Save. So anyway, Mark, I hope that answers your question. There are a couple of video tutorials. If I could get Kayla to throw them out in the chat, there's actually a really good one where I show you how to create your own custom watermark in Photoshop, size recommendations and things like that, how to upload it and how to assign it to photos and things like that. So super good tutorial. It's on the YouTube channel, but if I could get Kayla to throw that out in the chat, that would be awesome. So you can scale it down. Mark says so you can scale it down. So you can't change the size. The actual size of the watermark, you cannot change the size of it once it's in Zenfolio. That's going to be all on the end of where you create it. But you can manipulate the transparency of it, how transparent it is, or how much of it actually shows on the image. So let me go back there really quick and just show you that again. So if I click back on watermarks, and you can do this for ones that you've already uploaded to. It doesn't have to be newly uploaded ones. We're going to click right here, go to properties, and then like I said, you can't change the actual size of it, but you can change the opacity of it. So we can make it, all the way up to 100, or we can make it, really light and subtle on the image if you want. So that option is there. Again, the size is going to come from wherever you created it. Whatever size that image is, that's what it's going to be. So again, sticking to those size recommendations of about an 800 by 600 definitely is where I would start. Check out that video tutorial. It's really going to walk you through the process and show you that creation process and give you some things to think about. And actually, it's a good way to preview the watermark on your images until you are happy with the way it looks, and then you can upload it and be good. All right, but great question, Mark. Thanks for asking. If you have any more questions, anything I need to go through again or clarify more on, definitely let me know. And then, guys, if you're watching out there and you've got any questions on what we're talking about today, what I talked about earlier, maybe you just have a question that you think is crazy and off the wall, please don't be afraid to throw that in the chat so I can take those questions and get those answered for you on the live stream. Ted says, does click back to home, too small text, sorry Ted, link properly on Photo Moments. So Photo Moments is a way for clients to actually view their images on the on a mobile app. It's a little different from the actual mobile view of the website. It's a mobile app that's made for people to view their images, to download and things like that. It's not the actual website, so it's not going to have that link on the Photo Moments app. It's only going to be on the mobile version of the site or on the desktop version of the site, not in the Photo Moments app. Alright, let me jump back to my dashboard really quick here. And those of you guys that are watching the recorded version of this, if you have questions that you want me to answer, but you're not able to watch the live streams, make sure to leave them as comments on the video, and I will take them the following week. Wow, the following week, and I'm going to get to some of those questions here in just a second. Those of you guys that are watching the video right now, if you could definitely leave us a big thumbs up, and if you guys want to leave a comment on the video too, that would be awesome. I definitely appreciate any of the engagement that you guys do. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me and asking questions. Again, we do this every week, but let me go ahead and get into some of our questions that we had from the recorded version of last week's live stream. All right, let me go down here and let's see. So the new Quick Shop area doesn't really work for my business. Is it possible to disable it and go back to the old photo page view? So unfortunately, to answer your question directly, the Quick Shop, you can disable it and you can use the shop homepage only, but unfortunately, there is not a way to go back to the old photo page view. But you can definitely, if you don't like the Quick Shop, you've definitely got some options you can do to kind of customize it a little bit more suiting maybe to what you're used to. So let me show you what options you do have. I'm going to go to Photos really quick, and then we're just going to pop a gallery into Customize View. So I'm going to click on the gallery over on the left under Organizer, and then what I'm going to do is hover over Preview and click on Customize. Again, that's going to load this gallery directly into Customize View, and this is where we can customize the visual appearance of the gallery. We can customize the Quick Shop options and things like that. So the first option you could do is you could change the shopping options for your galleries and just completely turn Quick Shop off. You can go to Options, uncheck Use Default, go down to Shopping Setup, and then instead of using Quick Shop or Quick Shop and the shop page, you actually have the option to use the shop page only. And let me get myself out of the way here so you guys can see everything. We're going to set it up to use the shop page only option. And then I'm going to scroll down and click Apply. So when we set it up to do that, that Quick Shop sidebar no longer shows when clients click the image. So let me show you really quick. If we click the image here, what's going to happen is now that little sidebar that used to pop out over on the side is not going to be there, and it's going to be replaced by a buy button right here. And when your clients click that, they're going to be taken to the shop home. They're not going to see this. I'm only seeing this because I'm logged in, so I'm going to use visitor pricing just so you can see what it looks like. But that's going to take them to the shop home. And then the shop home displays your products in a nice category view where clients can click on it and choose which prints or products that they want. So that's one option that you have, is just completely disabling the Quick Shop and using just the shop home. Now the other option that you have is you can hide the Quick Shop so that it's not so intrusive feeling. And you can have it to where it sets up and comes out just when somebody clicks this buy button right here. So if you go to Options and you say, let's use both Quick Shop and the shop page, but now let's go to the Quick Shop options and let's hide this sidebar by default. You're going to see that it's going to pretty much look just like it does now. But now when I click that buy button, instead of taking me to the shop home, it's going to bring that Quick Shop sidebar out, which then are going to have your products right here, and your clients could click on Visit Shop if they wanted to go and see more products. Now, the last configuring option that you can do is you could use just the quick shop, have it set to hide by default, and then this little visit shop button wouldn't show. So let me show you that configuration really quick. We're going to go to options and shopping setup. I'm going to say just use the quick shop only. Then we're going to go to quick shop, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this set to hide so that it stays nice and hidden over there, and then we're just going to click apply. And so now when people go to the gallery and they click on an image, they're taken here, and when they click on buy, it's going to bring that quick shop side panel out, but that visit shop option is not going to be up at the top, which is going to give you a little more room to show a little more products here. And if you're not offering a lot of products, if you're keeping a nice simple price list, in my personal opinion, I think that the quick shop is really the way to go. I think it's nice and easy. It makes things simple. And if you've got it nice and simple like this, I think that having that visit shop up there is almost a little bit confusing. So for me, when I build my price list, I keep things simple and I hide that visit shop, and so everything's done right through the quick shop. All right, let me jump back to my dashboard here really quick. But anyway, I hope that answered your question regarding the quick shop option and how to hide it and things like that. All right, jumping back to the dashboard, let me take another email question really quick. All right, so my next question says, how do I buy like the customer would buy, but at base prices? So what you can do is you can do two different things. You can visit the gallery while logged into your account, and we just saw that option where it showed up and said use visitor pricing or use base pricing. That's one of the options that you can do. You can go to photos, and then what we'll do is we'll go to photos right here, and let's find a good gallery to do this in. Let's say we want to do it in this gallery right here. Let me add a price list to it really quick. So we're going to add that price list and click save. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to preview this gallery. And there what we can do is we can come in and basically buy just like the client would buy. So if I click on here, it's going to load up the quick shop. If I click here, it's going to add that to the cart. Now, what is going to happen now though is you can see it's not at base pricing. This is actually at my markup. So what you want to do is you want to have a coupon for you personally to use to discount that to base pricing. So if I hop back to my account really quick, what we can do is go into selling, coupons and campaigns right here, and I'm just going to create this coupon so that I can go in and purchase at base pricing through a client gallery. So I'm going to click add new coupon, and then I'm just going to call this base price for me. Coupon code is going to be Ted James. I'm going to copy that coupon code. We're going to go down here, and for the discount products, I'm going to say yes, discount products, and we're going to go type discount to base pricing, discount shipping. I'm going to leave that alone, and then I'm going to say this can be used for everything, and then I'm just going to leave all this set to be the same because this coupon is for me personally to use. So we've got that coupon code there. So now let me hop back to that gallery that we were at. Actually, we can just go to the website because I've got some stuff already in my shopping cart we can do. So we're at the website. Let me go to view cart. And then we click proceed to checkout here. And we can use that coupon, and it's going to discount everything to base pricing once we enter the coupon. So let me just click continue to checkout, and then the coupon section will come right after the shipping option, or the shipping address. I forget what it is. So the coupon section is going to come right after you enter the shipping address. So I'm going to select use as is, and now it's going to be up here in the top right corner. You're going to see right here. That's $8. That's $500. Let me enter that coupon code. So we're going to put Ted James, apply it. And so now we should see the price of these drastically change. So with the coupon, you can see right there, it took it down to took off $6.11, made it $6.54. And then with the coupon right here, it took off $500 off of this and made it free. So that's how you can do that there, just by creating a coupon to do that with. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And then I am going to go back to my dashboard, and let me see what's going on here with you guys in the chat. So Adrian Miller says, hi. Hey, Adrian. Glad you're here hanging out with us. They say is it a she? Sorry if I got it wrong. She or he. I apologize, Adrian. Hi, how can I assign a watermark to a group? I don't seem to have that option. You are correct in not having that option. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's not an option to do watermarks at the group level. So if I click here and I go down over here under my toolbox to watermarks, there's not the watermarks option at the group level, unfortunately. You'll have to go to at least the gallery level to do that, to make those changes. So if you click on a gallery, then you'll be able to get that option there. I do think that would be a nice feature to have, so definitely if you want to go to that user voice forum and put in a request for that feature, that would be awesome. I think it'd be a really cool feature to have. But yeah, currently at the moment, you have to do it either on the gallery level or the image level. There's not a way to do it on the actual group level. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. Guys, we've got about 7 more minutes left, so if you guys have any questions, Adrian says I should have known it from the spelling. I think the female version of Adrian ends in 2 N's and E's, I believe. So Adrian, I do apologize for that mix-up. But all right, guys, like I said, we got about 6 minutes left, so you guys have any last-minute questions, definitely please feel free to get those into the chat. For those of you guys who are new viewers, definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that little orange Zenfolio icon that's floating around somewhere down in here. Make sure you subscribe. We do the live stream every week, and then also every Wednesday we put out new video tutorials. So hopefully you guys are checking out those video tutorials. Last month was a whole series on improving your client communications. So definitely something that I would recommend checking out. It's going to show you how to make email templates. It's going to save you a ton of time. You should definitely check out those video tutorials. And then this week we're going to be talking about downloads and things like that in the video tutorials. Now, also, like I said at the beginning, we are now in iTunes, so you can definitely just do a quick search for Zenfolio and subscribe to us in iTunes. Especially if you like watching the recordings of the live stream, that's a great place to make sure that you automatically get that recording of it delivered right to your phone, right to your iPad. You don't have to go on YouTube and search for it. It delivers it right to your phone when you're subscribed, along with every new video tutorial that we put out there. So definitely check us out in iTunes. I'm going to take another email question, and then I might have time for one more question from you guys in the chat if anybody has a question they want me to go over. So let me grab this other email question here. Kayla says, I think somebody should give Robert a tongue twister to say live. I'm definitely game. As long as I can pronounce the words, I will give it a shot. So let me grab this question here really quick. When let's see, the next question I have says, let me take one that I can get really quick. I'm a new user. How do I renew my account? So if you're on a trial plan, somewhere in the top of your account up here, it should say become a member or something like that. If you're on a trial plan, you're going to see that up at the top. you can click there and go through the process of actually signing up for a paid plan and renewing it. Now, if you have just signed up and you've already become a paid plan and you're kind of wondering how the renewal process works, it's actually going to be automatic. So whether you have a monthly plan or an annual plan, on the renewal date, which would be the date that you signed up the following year or the following month, your account's actually going to automatically renew and charge the card that you have on file. Or if you have an account balance from products that you've sold and things like that, we'll take from that product or that account balance first before we actually charge your card. But the new renewal process is actually completely automated for your convenience. You don't have to worry about it. It's taken care of. That way there's not an accidental lapse in the service and your website goes down or your clients can't see their images or things like that. Okay, so Mark says, how about talking about managing orders if there's enough time? So, hey Mark, I would love to talk about managing orders. I don't have enough time in this section, and what we have left of Zenfolio Live today. Definitely add that question as a comment to the video, and I will talk about that tomorrow. And if you, not tomorrow, I'm sorry, I'll talk about it the following live stream. So the next week I'll talk about managing orders and things like that. And if you can give me some specific examples of what you would like to see, I'll definitely make sure that I hit those points. You can also always reach out to us via email, Mark, if you have questions, by going to zenfolio.com/contact, putting attention Robert in there, and I'm definitely more than happy to go back and forth with you through email to get whatever you have, whatever questions you have resolved. So that's the contact information there. John says, if I make all of my photo captions say home, will that make the word a high-ranked keyword for my site? I certainly don't want to mess up my keyword search rankings. That's a good question, John. I think since it's a link, it's probably going to do a little bit to your SEO. I don't know if that's going to make... I mean, I'm not Google, so I don't know exactly how they're going to take that information and translate it. But you can definitely go in and try to balance that out by adding other keywords and other text in the captions and things like that. So that's... I would definitely look into doing that. Is balancing it out and not just using home, but maybe adding some other captions and things like that. Okay, Christine, oh man, I don't know if I can say that last name, Christine Snitkin says she sells seashells down by the seashore. So that's actually one of my warm-up tongue twisters. So let me see if I can do it 3 times fast for you guys. She sells seashells down by the seashore. She sells seashells down by the seashore. She sells seashells down by the seashore. A little bit challenging. My voice is about done, but hopefully that was entertaining. Kayla says, how can a clam in a clean cream can? How can a clam... yeah, I can't even read that one, Kayla. For you guys, if you guys are interested in doing tongue twister challenges, I have one for you guys to practice. Irish wristwatch. If you can say Irish wristwatch 3 times fast, you should definitely leave a comment on the video. Or if you've got a tongue twister that you'd like me to try next week, definitely comment that on the video, and I'll be happy to embarrass myself and give it a go if you guys think that's entertaining. But yeah, so... guys, unfortunately, we are out of time. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out. Thanks for all the great questions. If I didn't get to your question, if we ran out of time, I do apologize. Mark, like I said, please feel free to reach out via email. Also, leave those comments on this video so I can make sure to talk about that stuff next week. Home phone, I would love to do a live stream every day. Unfortunately, I have lots of other stuff that I have to get to as well to make these video tutorials for you guys and things like that. But so unfortunately, no, I didn't mean tomorrow. I meant next week. But one smart fellow, he felt smart. Trying to trick me there. Alright guys, thanks again for hanging out, for all the great questions and the tongue twisters. Leave those comments. If you enjoyed the live stream, definitely please feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it too if you got some photographer friends who use Zenfolio who you think would be interested in the information that we talked about today. Definitely make sure you give the video a share, and I hope to see you guys next week, same time, same place. And until then, I hope you guys all have a great and wonderful weekend. Definitely get out and do some shooting and enjoy being a photographer. Thank you guys again, and have a great weekend.